Hello? 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 Caso? Huh?
Blue.
Patricia.
Yes.
Ok. Então fica avec lui, hein?
Eh,
D'accord.
You're welcome, guys and Susan. We'll do a bit of singing as we are waiting for others. Patricia, you're welcome.
We praise thee, O God, O Spirit of God. O assurance of Savior, we stand alone. Hallelujah, thine the glory. Hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah, thine the glory. We might pass again. Oh, glory, oh, glory to the King. Oh, glory to the Lamb. Upon us, and the strength every step.
Okay. You're welcome to the afternoon session. I know others will join us along the way. So we're going to bow our heads and pray as we open the afternoon study. We are praying. God, we thank you for this wonderful day that you've given unto us. It's through your love and mercy that we are here to witness the beautiful things that are unfolding before us. These are challenges time we're living in. They are beautiful moments, and we are lucky, and we count it a blessing that we're alive to see what we're able to see. How others long to see what we are saying, but they're not able to see them. But at the same time, like that, in as much as we are seeing and experiencing the current happenings, there's so much happening. They are dangerous time. So we ask that you be with us in these times, protect us and help us, O God, so that we reach our destination when all is sitting down. Be with us in our study. We'll continue praising your name now forevermore. Amen. Okay, so today's afternoon session, we've designed it in a very nice way. I hope it is in our mind it was. We just want us to have an interactions. As you can see, there's so much materials that has gone out from last year to where we are. the Sunday law studies, and then Paminda began to do his studies as well. So there's so much that was given out in short cycle to us. And then we can be lost along the way because there's too much information. So we've designed a study where I want us to share our thoughts, our challenges. Your questions can be brought in this study. Your questions, your experience in terms of how you've understood the message that has been provided. So comments, your questions are welcome. So I'll begin to take down your questions and we'll look at them together. So this is the design of today's afternoon study. We understand? Natumpatep. So Kaisa, Susan, Patricia, and if the people on YouTube, please, like I said in the morning, you can send your questions, share your experience in terms of the messages that were shared. And keep a study, then we'll be able to share with the rest of friends here. So the floor is open. It can be questions. It can be anything. You're welcome. So let's begin. And if you haven't understood what I've said, please, you can just unmute if you're online and ask. Yes.
Answer.
So if you won't be asking, I'll take it that, oh my God, all is clear. We are great. We're good. If you won't ask me, I'll ask you. Like I said, there's so much material. Yes, Albert.
Yeah. Should I start to Yeah, like the whatever university. Okay. Tonight, we shall have some will say.
Yes. From the material, the message.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I say, you know, plan of that to shoot to share of understanding.
Yeah. So like our focus is on not the Sunday material, no? But like Paminda studies, what has been from the moment he began. Yeah, there was a period where we had Chapman, you're welcome. Yeah, I'll continue. So Chapman, what we're just doing this afternoon is very simple. Yes. We've designed today's afternoon study where people have to ask questions and then we look at them together, the challenges they are having with the current studies. Yeah, then we can discuss as a group and try to understand. So questions in that regard are welcome. So Albert is on the floor, you can continue.
No.
And I even say, kwa squiff shaboiti.
Yeah.
Halafu wananokubika wino question.
That's right.
Okay. If you want to ask me, I'll ask you.
No problem.
Okay. So Nicholas, let's start. Yes, he's been hungry. Why he just began to try. Yes, but as long as it is in line with how he's trying to help us to understand what the 5 speakers of the Sunday law are talking about. Those teachers, they presented, and at the end of the day, I'm sure most members, actually what was discovered that is we are having a hard time, really. So we began to look at things together. as a movement. So Paminda led us in those studies. So what I'm saying, if you talk about maybe if it's Aaron or Gateri or Katie study, Elena, what else? Arjun. Those, it would be very hard for us to know. So those are, they say, no, not those. But yes. Now, if what I mean, like, if you say maybe hereditary studies, no, we can't be hard for us. So Paminda, what he began to do, since people in the movement were having challenges to understand or to harmonize what the 5 speakers were talking about, he began to have studies to help us while we study together, looking at this material. So you've understood now what I'm talking about? Okay. So Sharon, then Albert. Yes, Sharon.
Sisi wapande mchanga
Okay.
na leo mfati tulipa increase of knowledge. That increase of knowledge, it means once upon a time to what is Sunday. Sunday once upon to share, but kuishira tunafika po, tunafika po. But ngapanda that tulipa increase of knowledge, it means once tulingetwa share kidetika right now. But after formalization, meaning I have that power to tell anyone to skill about ABC. Number, I'm so confused.
I don't know if Paminda's, if I'm behind. Yeah, people online and here you can help. I don't know if in the discussion.
Define the question.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Sharon's question is, she had something like on the increase of knowledge. So she wants to know, have we reached the increase of knowledge? Because if that is the case, very soon we are going to be on formalization. So if that be true, then we ought to know what this increase of knowledge look like. Well, we've got, yeah, well, all of us can have now the power and authority to say, no, what is being talked about in this dispensation is this and this. So that is the question. So you've all heard. So what are your thoughts? Increase of knowledge.
I didn't get to remember the question.
Sharon is saying she had something like we are on the increase of knowledge.
That
What?
one now what was you were saying something after that. Then I interrupted you. You started by saying Paminda.
I scratched that. I want to start afresh. Because I might impose my thoughts on you people. So that's the reason I scratched that. So what are our thoughts? Yes, Kaisa. Kaisa, then Albert.
Na chiramu nati ifwe twashalirako
Okay.
specifically ine if we consider my lessons ya Sunday law ayo twakwata yalera ndokutira we are in the period of the Sunday law. Now if we are in the increase of knowledge, does it mean it is an increase of knowledge for COP, yet to go to formalization or it is for the previous dispensation, which is from 2001 up to SL. So which increase of knowledge I am behind?
Okay. So I think it's a question. It's not that we are saying Sharon has got a question. Are we on the increase of knowledge?
Yeah, now to shed more light, those we have a lot of dispensations. Which one?
Okay. Oh, I get your question. So all of us, I'm sure I don't need to repeat that because Kaisa is online and everybody is able to hear you. So which one actually is special to the questionnaire? It's the increase of knowledge of which dispensation?
Where is our current present? Where are we currently? For you for them to ask the question.
Kaisa?
This dispensation.
Yes, so there's a question here. Which dispensation do you think we are in?
Which dispensation?
Yes, which dispensation, Kaisa, do you think we're in?
Me, I was asking from the questionnaire. Kutira, she heard Paminda
I don't
talking
think
about the increase of knowledge. So I was asking which increase of knowledge from which dispensation? Because we were hearing different speakers talking about we are in the period of Sunday law, marking the waymark for Sunday law. Yeah, which we all know was surrounded about 2024 being the Sunday law waymark. So that increase of knowledge, is it before Sunday law or after Sunday law? Because we know that after Sunday law, there is another dispensation which has the increase of knowledge and formalization. So I wanted the clarification before I come in.
So I think Sharon didn't say she heard Paminda. She said she heard somewhere.
All right.
Yes.
Sorry for that.
Yes.
Like alarm. Yes, for
Okay.
it's a she said the Alandria are you required to the woman increase of knowledge? They are the increase of knowledge. Meaning we are. So you already check with dispensation. The questionnaire says yes, that we are. So I'm trying to ask him to say, if somebody says we are, to him, where are we in which dispensation now? Amplify that.
Yeah, please, next time, please come here. Yeah. No, we have to. So, yeah, just a moment. Did you hear what Joseph said? Kaisa,
Yes.
are you heard? Then Cash, if you heard, then answer. Because he's posed the question.
She heard someone.
Not what Sharon said, but what said. So, yeah, next time when you're talking,
Okay,
come
let
to
me
us.
continue. Yeah.
So Joseph is asking that Sharon said she heard we are in. So when she says that we are in, you What do you think is the dispensation we are in?
From what I understand or from what I know, we are in the Sandero period.
Okay.
And we are heading towards the COP.
So when you hear somebody say we are in the, we are in an increase of life,
So then, if you say we are in the Sandalo dispensation period, this Sandalo and close of probation, this period. So when Sharon says we are in the increase of knowledge, then she's talking about the increase of knowledge in the Sandalo period, not this other previous dispensation. Are we together, or do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kaisa understand. So that now Kaisa understand, let's now deal with Sharon's question. Sharon hates something like we are in the increase of knowledge. We are heading towards the formalization. So by now, the other term for formalization is what? Yeah? Yes, loud clear. Meaning everyone is talking about it. That's the reason Sharon will say, everyone here, if we are here, when we reach here, very soon we're heading towards the formalization. Everyone will be talking about that. So number Sharon, if we are here, so if we've understood that.
So question maybe. Gonna kushika kulisaka. Munge na anja baria na parumbla kwa no change it.
What is the increase of knowledge if it's the increase of knowledge? Where did you hear it? Not like specific. Is it in a study or maybe Paminda studies?
Very fast. It's too sad.
Okay, so Sharon is throwing the question to Joseph. It seems like Joseph is the one who knows more. So she said Joseph has to answer because Joseph was talking about something. So Joseph, seems like Sharon heard it from you.
what I can advise people is to quickly watch the presentation from FGA camp meeting, school and camp meeting. Repeat what I'm saying.
Yes, so what Joseph is saying is advising people that you quickly watch the studies from South Africa, that is Final Generation Association, the one that recently ended.
Yeah, so it will help us to have a clear, but especially as we are even in an ICM which has already started. Yeah, it will really help because if you are not updated to the presentation, then things will be hard for you sometimes.
Okay. So he's saying it's very important that you update yourself, even as the international camp meeting has begun. If you watch that and you begin to watch the studies that will be going on that side or that have already begun going, or you're going to be helped to connect the dots. If not, you're going to have a challenge in future.
So the issue of being being in the period of an increase of knowledge is there. And we have come to know that things maybe you are expecting Pamela to say, this is it. You will not hear that from me.
Yes, so Joseph is saying that information about the increase of knowledge that we are there, it's there, meaning it was taught there in South Africa. We have to have that information by ourselves to watch. And if you're waiting for Paminda to confirm that, where he will say, now we're at the increase of knowledge, it might not happen.
Yeah, so this is the reason why I'm saying we update ourselves with the message. Recent messages, it's all to our son because maybe it will be an additional thoughts or reasons or proofs to what has been taught. So, one, we are in the period of an increase of knowledge. We have passed that way, man. It was taught there.
Actually,
And it is 22 June 2025.
yeah, so he's saying actually it's not that we are in. We've already passed. We've already passed. It was 22 June 2025. So that way Mark already passed. It was taught, and he's not sure what will be taught at the international camp meeting. Maybe it will be repeated, or maybe they're going to, the teacher presented that is going to explain more or expand more on that thought.
That's why it's very important people are updated. Like we busy, we suspend some things, we try to sacrifice so that we watch those things. Pakwata to sharing. So I'm so strange.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is the reason it's important we update ourselves. Some of us, it has sounded so strange. Hey, guys and Susan, mute yourselves. Yes, so
I
it
want
has
to
sounded.
contribute.
Let me finish Joseph's thought, guys, then you come in. Yes. So that is the reason to some of us it has sounded so strange. Even if we're busy, let's try to find time and watch videos and update ourselves. Yes, guys, so you can now come in.
There are so many ways of being updated. You people who went there, you had the privilege of attending to all the lessons, and you are the only media, the first media for updates. Sometimes we can go to those nani we watch, but nothing we. So you are in the very good position for that update. Don't direct us. Yeah, we have to go. You advertise, we go and watch. But in the first place, you are there to tell you people we are past this ABCD, and to alarm us. To tell Joseph to speak out. No wonder Nani directed to Joseph so that he can highlight. And we are going to connect pieces.
Okay. Joseph wants to say something.
Yeah, that is wrong. What is it?
That is wrong, Kaiser.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just repeating to what Joseph is saying, according to the rules.
Yeah, as a thing stands now, God is expecting us to be mature people, and in a certain way, your maturity monekera. I some pushes or is the summer. Your maturity monekera. Over updated the message before we start even breaking it down. Yes, it's our job individually or even as teachers to break down those things which were there. But it is another thing that we watch together there, then we break it down.
Okay,
so I'm not disputing the point.
Wait, continue. So Joseph is saying, like I said, he's saying it's wrong, even according to the methodology where we've reached. The lines are showing that we are matured. We have to, in the first place, go there ourselves. God is expecting us. The spoon feeding stage already passed. So we have to watch together, like we are doing here with the international camp. We are not there, but we are watching on phones. Then even those, if we happen to be there, then we come together. Then now begin to break that bread together. not just where somebody brings it a one-sided thing where we begin to feed you. Yes?
Yes, and the second thing is interest yabantu yaliteeka mu kufaayo kusangirira.
Then the other thing is that the interest for learning and studying has reduced from, amongst us as people, members of the movement.
Fellowship,
Fellowship in Zambia.
yeah. If people are you know, there are things like, let us even gather together to try to see what did you get from there. But everyone, those who can be closer, they are not there.
Yes, so you can even see that, like he said, that interest, that spark is no longer there. It has died. Where I would want to gather and say, what did we learn? What did you learn that side, where we want to have a meeting and discuss what we learned? But no, people have just gone about their business.
If the leader, like the board, decides to say, since to share, let's have a big Sabbath, let's come. Everyone will say, they didn't online.
Yeah, so if the board were to make a decision where they said, okay, let's have a big Sabbath, those people went to South Africa, come and share your thoughts with others, people, they come in person, many people would make excuses and say, no, I will be just online and learn. Yeah, so that is that. Anything to say, Kaisa?
Yeah, I can't argue if you feel win. Number, like it's Zambia to Achkwata Krio Dapaminda. I think we are a family, and you know what is involved in the family. Iron sharpeneth iron. Area na interest itaisa fie. Like apa pene. If you feel fia chita Sharon, na fitu chita alam. Fiana aleta kati ichirechiraka echo na ne ukuipusho kukwaishira. No manga aikara fioko okay, they will go to the material. Ero bala ishwa we passed this increase of knowledge. Tuala fuirika fefira fini. Tatuaishe pura mchini. Kai state tuaveramo, it's stagnant. Nomba chile kabili waku chita alamu. Era wingana kuli ilia material. Yeah, so nomba since na chisa, ule tere untu alikuti. No ule asuka untu alikudi. The sefi achipekanya, achishiba tapari winga asuka, only the Joseph. Era Joseph era under, let them go and watch. You know, twara shara na chidia. No, my brother, just break that bread.
Okay. Albert, yes.
Cheap phone. Yeah, usually a cheap.
Yeah,
that especially one big no, my people everybody from the person, and the way for petting me, what especially for that's really short, they send the if what they what's now, I think it's the one that looks for the patient. They move along to like the someone within the established, like you're the family, long and long. Then can move from my because you pick up to that loans. You're looking at that long white, looking at long white. You smoke the layer, you know, the face, models, rob the shakaland. And it's a vegetable from the long. But now, when I took it from the species, but literally that proof in my own. But I don't get in different companies. This time, got even that movement was a with the same mindset. So that's correct.
Okay, Piakola Pano, let me try and put this, I'll forget. So, what you're asking Albert is, are we really in the Sandelo period? And if yes, how is Paminda going to prove that?
Yeah.
And then you had something like, no, we don't need to always look to Paminda, right? So now there you are stuck. Then how are we going to know if this is true? If it's really the Sandelo, we're in the Sandelo period. That is what you're saying? Okay.
That mindset is good or not?
Okay, and also
If it's good, give him some reason. If he is bad, give some reason. And
yes. So Albert, so there is this question, and then we'll add to that. You're asking. Yeah, Albert is asking about the Sandelo period. Are we really there? If it's true, how is Paminda going to prove that we are in the Sandelo period? Then he had Joseph saying, actually, in attempting to answer Sharon's question, why we have to, we don't need to expect all answers from Paminda to confirm and come one day and say, yes, we're in the Sandelo period. So if that is not also an option, then how are we going to know that this is right and this is wrong from the 5 speakers?
give reason. If he knows,
And we give reason if it's wrong and if it's right. Yeah, we give reason. So that is Albert's question. Yes. Patricia seems to be having a challenge with network at I am Mbappe for millennial for a longer period. So Chapman, Sharon, everyone here. Not you show. Are we really in the Sandelo period? And if it's true, how is Paminda going to prove that? In short, even if the question why he added Paminda, we have to scratch that because he said that actually there will be no day when Paminda will come and say, oh, fellas, we're in the Sandelo period. So we remove that. Then the question, are we really in the Sunday period? How are we going to know? By proving that we're in the Sandelo period. Now, Tumpo. Patricia, you want to say something? I've seen you've unmuted your mic. Yes, we've heard the question. Yeah, I'm just the chair. The chair doesn't answer, the chair just take notes.
Hello, Regina.
Patricia.
Now stop on unmuting. Therefore, if you could that number, why can't people why can't they just start answering me? Bantu African 1557. 1 hour, you people are just arguing on me. You people should go and watch it. Just give answers to the people who know. Answers. Let them give us. Yeah? Because you only subject for another day.
Okay. So, Patricia, to your party, okay, for that one, the answers they've been given, but people, we dealt with that and people advise, and if you want to know these studies specifically, go to South African studies. And these studies were done specifically by one of the studies of Curtis. You go through that, you find that information. And then you can come back when you go through that material. You can go through, find somebody you can just have a chat with. Answers were given, and we've even given the person who did that material was Curtis. Okay, so how do we move? Not quarter chip show with the number. We're back there. How do we move?
Regina.
Yes,
Regina.
yes,
Yeah, perfect, but you guided to say people with questions come forth. And
yes.
Sharon answer kwata question. No, mashishi. Why Sharon question yakwa Sharon wasaivikati? You can't respond to it. Why? Yeah? Because Sharon had the question and Sharon was there to camp kuria. So it's not us people who didn't go camp who came up with the question. It was Sharon.
If
Eh?
you
So now why should you
continue.
there and that thing? She was stuck in a question. Sharon Atip, she have a very good question. And it's not like Sharon didn't go there Kuma studies. Sharon went to Kuma studies good. The best
Yeah.
was just for people who had an idea of what she was asking about to give us answers. Now we've spent almost an hour, so we're just talking about people should go and watch. It's not us who didn't go there who asked the question. It was Sharon. She wanted to know. Number one when it's a Sabbath and everyone is available. Let's just attend to the question. Yo imbio ya studies yo. It's a story for another day. You can imagine if so to watch the tape an hour. Yeah. Hmm? And it's not like in if we were cheap for you to much chef yo, you people should go and watch. Why?
Of course,
Answer the
Patricia.
open for questions. You didn't specify which ones.
Patricia, I'm sure Paul Kwatama Network Challenge. The answer was given. That actually Peter, 22 June 2025, a increase of knowledge. That was given. Then for further inquiry about that, I'm sure that is where people are saying, for you to understand more, go through the study. Like I've even highlighted that the person who was dealing with these studies, it was Curtis. So when you go to the videos of South Africa, when you go through that, you'll find that. Any challenges, we can come again and tackle that. It's more nice if you're having a discussion where all of you are having an idea. If feeding, like if it's coming from one-sided, yeah. So it was answered. So that is now, we've gone to the next question. Yes? Yes, I understand. That was when you were having network challenge where Wafma Waingila because of that. Yeah, so we are on the next question. Are we really in the Sandelo period? And if yes, how do we know? Yes. Yes. Verify.
Lakini niwa kusambili nambo kudogo kuma kudoti leo dala chitapuchani kudogo
Okay.
isa ala suluhisha na wala chance.
Okay.
That's
So Albert is saying we are in the Sandalo period. That's what the 5 speakers are saying. If that is true, how is your dopamine going to prove that? Yes.
So to have growth mindset. This one.
Is it a good thing to have the mindset where we'll be waiting on your dopamine to prove that for us that this is true or not?
Yeah, I know what this one will give reason. That you don't give some reason.
Again, if it's wrong, give a reason, or if it's right, give a reason. So that is that. There are 2 questions in one. Like the 2 questions. So first of all, are we really in the Sandelo period? How is your dopamine going to prove that? Actually, there are 3. And that spirit of waiting on Paminda to prove things for us, is it good or bad? If it's bad, give a reason. If it's good, give a reason. Now, there we go. Let's try and help. Yes, Joseph. Joseph, the first question said, yes, we're in the Sandelo period. Then? And Paminda has proven that.
Even the 5 teachers has proven that.
Even the 5 teachers have proven that.
Yeah.
Then the last question, is it bad or good?
That's okay. You should not move to quick.
It seems like we haven't understood Albert's question. So repeat.
They are the poet. You sign their period. Period, yeah. My teachers, they were from the person. Nomba, ninkwataira mindset yapringa kuvatiodha akalanda kushanya akachitapurupa kuvatifishing ketuvarefunda ofililong ona chocolate ukukwataira speed it's good or not muntu ela reasoning that it's good for you yakulolelo kumona kuvatitwaminda if your eyesight starts
That is what I explained. Maybe others try to explain that to me.
I think that's we can open to say once some teachers from the Pakistan they have come to an agreement that we are in the Sunday of the now Paminda is in agreement with them, so we are in the Sunday of
So, question ya kwa Albert.
yes.
Question ya kwa Albert epushe. Nifyo fi nifyo tule umfwa. This is what, and that is the response Joseph is saying. The 5 teachers are in agreement that we're in the Sunday law period, including Paminda.
Then each credit must be in the shoes. Akalanda for 7 on the ground. Yeah. So he has spoken about that. Yeah. Yeah, but today still I refer one to updated some videos. Because if you are not watching the videos, some people even today they are expecting it for me that Alanda for Philippines.
So, that question, the answers that I stated earlier on that Joseph talked about, it is encompassing the 2 questions of Albert. Are we in the Sunday law period? What has Paminda said? That is the reason we're encouraging people to go and watch or study the material of the 5 speakers. Those who are not updated, they're thinking that actually Paminda has not even spoken about that when Paminda has done that.
Then waiting for to hear what Paminda will say about that. It depends.
Then waiting to hear on what Paminda will say about that, it depends, which Joseph will explain what it depends on.
Because looking perfect somebody, everybody updated. Perfect somebody, if you are correct. To the punch, no, yo, teachers one God instructed us. Upambo kumfa kuli bonse, when you not quite a consensus understanding. Ukwishiwe chilerando aponetile stika as a team.
So,
Not okulorera umwakalanda ichecho. Pali yolevo God has moved a step further. Sarah.
yeah, so why he's saying that, that's the reason God gave us or encouraged us to watch all the five speakers, what they were talking about, and then understand their material and then reach at the concord, where we are waiting for somebody to stand and say, this is that. We've moved away from that method of doing things.
So God is not looking at us as still babies.
So God is not looking at us anymore as babies. This is the maturity that boy is talking about. When I was a child, I thought and did things like a child. Now that I'm matured, you have to do things as an adult. That is what it means to be an adult.
Yeah, so that's why I understand that it depends. One, Paminda cannot be removed in the equation to say telling your plan that it's wrong, That is his job.
Yes.
Yeah, that job which is responsible for what the flock is feeding upon. Yeah.
Yes.
But just to say,
Yeah, so that is, we can't remove Paminda, like that is the reason he's saying is it depends. We can't remove Paminda from the equation. Paminda is responsible for seeing what the flock is eating, so he has to say something. Then,
yeah. But to just wait to say, already you just sit and wait for Paminda to tell you that no, this is truth. You can follow it now. This is wrong, don't follow. It's not right.
yeah. Now, why you want a situation why you're going to wait for Paminda to say, now we've reached a consensus, this is the truth, this is error, that is wrong. You don't need to wait for that. Follow it. Follow the process. Follow everything what is going on.
Follow each of them and prove if what Curtis is teaching is wrong or right, or what Aaron is teaching is wrong. Well, what I understand, even Paminda will come just through the methodology. The way Paminda will say, this is right. He will not just say this is right. He will just come with a study no kufunde example. They don't now quite understanding. What I said, oh, nacho
Yeah, so you have to, in short, follow the methodology. We have to revise our methodology if we've forgotten. So follow the studies, prove these teachers if they're following the methodology. If they are, even Paminda won't come just saying, okay, this is right and this is wrong. He'll come to agree with the speaker, or I don't know, whoever is teaching, that this is true through a methodology. And if you are acquainted with the material, when Paminda will bring it in form of a study, then you see the similarities and you see where Paminda's thoughts aligned. You see here Paminda has done Kwenyu. Yes. Oh, he's done. So those are the thoughts. What about, here's Kaisa and Susan.
Yeah, if you feel bwino. Yeah, sometimes I'm a leader kukibalanda ukutira kira umo alingirira kita follow ama lessons nama updates. But you leaders, you know, we are different people. And you have to understand your people as leaders. Tamwachira understand at the same level. Abali ku South Africa, abali ku Europe, abali ku Africa, we differ. Sometimes
So Kaisa, as you're commenting on which question? Is it an overall commenting on both questions or on a specific question?
on both questions because
Okay.
ili twachikwata Q and A. Now mufati Q and A. Then yachibati kwipusha papiri fyonse. Otherwise nga mwachiranda ati over the issue of Sunday law, unless you go and watch ABCD. We expect you kutira, thing if tatwa mfiringa patuliranda. That people are not educated. Even if you give them materials they go through, they won't find it. So didale shibat ninkwata abana abenga kita understand palwabo. Ninkwata n'abana abarefa yokubafa. Afira fwa enshire yakubafiramu. So inenda to stick to what you promised us. Because every question yakula is over Sunday epo tukwete na ife twali no kutiranga babwera and chonse ekyo twakula push up mwakula atira go and watch kyawamanga twakitwalire kyekyalu kyero pani methodology kuti kyatuwafwako because nga twaishiba na methodology wino full packed. Even if it were kuma lessons, you know, sometimes from former lessons no kuchita attend ya moya mutwale chita attend. Yet it understand. There are people whoever unless Regina is actually break it down. You don't know how to understand. But document nali pitamu na video nali itamba. Again nga mwambwekesha afe kula kuina again mulenji paida coffee. So chama mwanga for mwanjewa ni pesa wali pitamu muli ichi. Ni pesa pota wangu kwile. Mwasanga chili mwachite explain you na monati. Oh nomba ni hapa. I start connecting pieces. So inende ilisha nyokutira. Iyi afternoon yara pwafe. Na imbi question na imbi yo nara later. It is over Sunday ro. Na yena mwala chitarifu kutira go and watch. Go and watch. Number, what is the purpose of this afternoon's lesson? Q&A. Na tuchita dimitu kutira. If you mulelanda, efe chifiri kuba ero fitunturu. Number, tuli mu Q&A. Tukaya kuma document, tukaya umfona ma videos. But tuli mu Q&A. Icho chena mwishivi. Twasukeni mutwipi. Comment yani.
Okay, na totela. This person is very close. Ala mbokwaso.
Hello, Regina.
Yes,
Hello?
Patrick. Yes.
Kwena fe. Inendera ndafya pwati. As we are now adults who are supposed to look out for. That we are now adults who are supposed to look out for ourselves. To be honest, Regina, it's not easy. And if you can follow the teachings of the same teachers, no one is teaching the similar thing. No wonder there are even different teachers. We are under, no under. And then it might seem simple to say we use the methodology to do ABCD. Have we seen how the order takes his time just for him to come up with a point? And now he faces questions from the same teachers who are teaching the same subjects or topics. Now, us who ain't even teaching, us who aren't even the elders, is it easy for us? So, in a question, the point of family, I'm sure each much later is just a great opportunity. Yes, it's a good thing, but kwamba fetching and I never heard the papa minda ngabaleta bare funda most especially ngani live jeso. I don't know kumfa shumfa bana. And we should not forget that the teachers, most of them, they do not teach in our mother tongue. It's not easy. English might seem simple at the surface, but it's difficult. Mara grammar muyowa bomfya kabati inenga ba iranda. I need a dictionary. So as we are, it's a good thing that you thought of bringing up question and answer session. Let's just help one another with this thing. Otherwise, for a video understanding what they are really talking about. And you know, when the teachers started presenting Amasandelo, like they were tackling, but it's there, it has been taught, but you don't even know how to find the same topic that the teacher is talking about for you to even connect the subject or the points that you want to drive. Think for us, English is not for the weak. It's difficult. At least in a special present like this one where you allow people to ask questions. Just utilize it. They say. And then it's not always that sometimes you just need someone, and then that same someone, it's going to open your brains. Otherwise, these teachings or these studies, they haven't been easy. So in Papa, people are saying we are in the Sunday law because looking at, I don't even know if they all concluded it or not, because every day it was questions after questions. This one is arguing, this one. So please, let's just help one another. I don't know. Otherwise, yeah, but video. Now, Regina, you can testify to say, you also need people to ask. Please, let's help one another. Otherwise, it's not easy. That was that if you have.
Yes, nice. Pepe. We'll start with Joseph, then you. You, Joseph, more Chambiri. Never out therapy. So don't forget your thoughts.
Thank you. Are you getting me?
Landisho. Let move for Joseph.
Yes. Loud and clear.
Okay, ala konkanyo.
Ya, totera sana. Ya, tuli mu ICM mwirabaini. So we are even translating. So ngamwa join wherever you are. Enter pali language pali. You go to Vemba translation. You'll be hearing the translator there. Yeah. The other thing is to it's good people are coming out like this because that's what God is encouraging us to do. Yeah. Now, question ya kwa Sharon yachasukwa. Erota yachasukwa to brush off the question. No. This is to my understanding. The question was answered. Yeah. Mumano yako but yes, the notion yakulanda pakwa we not kappa increase of knowledge is there. And it is in the studies. It is not one study. Yeah. It is a series of studies, which is like they're about 4, if it is for KTs, plus Q&A 5. Yeah. Then Paminda about 13. Yeah. And Catherine about 4. Yeah. So,
Five.
a 5 even. So, twachasipokutira that notion, when I say notion, idea yakulanda pali increase of knowledge, it's there. It's not something which is obscure, but it's real. It's there. Now the people want to know how and when. We said it was mentioned like 22 June 2025. That is the waymark of increase of knowledge. Then we said, understanding this, we have to revisit. Each one of us has to be updated. Yeah, with those studies. Yeah, because here currently, if we had time, we would have said, okay, today Regina would come, start reviewing those materials. But this is not what we are doing. We are just here discussing questions, yes. But we have not picked a specific subject to say, let's learn about this. So the answer is given on that one. It's there, 22 June. The second thing, Albert questioned or asked about, are we reading the Sunday law period, which Patricia has amplified to say, even me, I don't even understand it. We know approved by the old. Yeah. And we have answered that question, Yakwa Albert. People have answered to say, all the 5 speakers have come to a consensus agreement or understanding to say we are in the Sunday law period, including our leader, Elder Paminda, who is responsible for the food which the flock are eating. He has come to the terms also to say we are in the Sunday law period. Yeah. And we can only understand that if we go through the messages which have been given, even especially if we want to hear from Paminda. The presentation he has given from Slovakia up to today, you can hear Paminda's position on the Ngatuli Musandero, Ngatuli Musandero period. Yeah. So a part of your question in Pera Albert, we answered as the people to say we are in the Sunday law period, and 2024, 18 July is the waymark for the Sunday law. So since then to today, ni period ya Sunday law. Yeah. Then kwaba nechalumburo kutira increase of knowledge muli period ya Sunday law. Yeah. So we have answered that. Now we said to hear more or to get more of that, we have to watch the presentation. That emphasis goes to people who have not watched or heard about those presentations. Yeah. If you have watched, that's why we're like Patricia has just said, and Kaiser. If you have watched, we are not saying go and rewatch so that you understand. No, if you have watched, then you have not understood. It's very, very important to ask like this. You say, never I watched, but I didn't get it. And we can't refute and say and refer you again to say, just go and watch, rewatch, then you understand. No.
Like you are saying, that's why we are here together bonse okuchita breakdown filia kuleka fyafika kuulichira umomo ushaumfwire. But to people who have not watched, that's why we are saying you can go and watch also. So that you wakwata kwa idea. Nero twaisa ikalatule style breakdown. You know where we are going and where we are coming from. Yeah. Then the other thing is we can't run away from what God is telling us to say. When he says we are mature, is iyenshite yakula mpatikishe ukuba connected kuli message yalipita. But God has not said I've forsaken you. No. But he's expecting me ukukwata chira chi interest chakufaya okusambirira n'okwishiba icho nshishibe bwangu naipusha apo nshalile fe bafundire bwangu kushe video yali kwisa bushoko balande fingufire fe mangwingi ni kwisa ndepa naleta mbefi nshishi, not waiting for somebody to push you or to push me every time kuleta mazembe to say kuli camp meeting uku tamule joina uku bale funde fibushe yo people has to have that desire as mature people to want to learn, to want to understand. Bonse twati bamwa ICM camp meeting. I think that was more emphasize on that. God wants us to be united, to dialogue. Patricia, me, Kaisa, Susan, Sharon, bonse kuba a team. Boy, if that one filishani, teachers filishani. So we are not refuting put the breakdown as teachers. We are in agreement with what you are saying. So not wasukia kwa Kaisa, not wasukia kwa Suzeni, not wasukia kwa Albert. Issue ya kwa Albert imbia chipsha, is it right to kulalolera paminda ewa sta approve to say if you feel right, if you feel wrong. It depends. Paminda the job yakwe you have assigned is to see and care for the flock kuishiba barelienshi yakulyanshi ifyakulya barelia fituntuna mutetuntu. That is his responsibility. Yeah. But it is bad to just stay without doing anything, waiting for Paminda to come and tell you that go this way, don't go this way, or don't listen to. It's hapo tufikire. God expects us ukukwata because I prepare methodology, I prepare message, I prepare line of thought. So kula bombela popalitira chine napo Paminda raise that this is the way. Already you have a clue. Like a pen. I to ever that tamwa fokuli Paminda and that if you feel funda jan fiabu, if you funda on if you ching. I have to ever shan. I urge all priests to listen to all 5 teachers. Yeah. So if you have to ever, why have to ever? Alefa tukwate ilya mind ya kuchita sift no kuchita understand chila umomu okula mvo ifyalera ndaro ngafika tuasambira ushapata kwevele methodology tuwe ipusha kuchita now. You remember what we did when Aaron was teaching, but ama teachers bonse bare funda ku Zambia tefo pin tuale ipusha ngefi Aaron ngefi orera ngefi. Yeah. And today, if you are following the message, that they have come to a consensus, right, Regine? To say we are in the Sunday law period. So even English okulanda to clarify apo amatichazi wanandi bachiraranda, we are not refusing, we are not running away from breaking down things. Yeah, we are on the same page with you.
So before I can throw it back to the questionnaires, that is Patricia and Kaiser, I think when we say go and watch, or when we advise go and go through this material, it would be so easy for us to help one another as we are discussing on pesa and walanga for where we have that. Now, if I start from the scratch, and begin to give you everything. I think you can even see like there are changes in, yeah, Paminda, the manner in which he's teaching. He's been doing that for a long time. I think from the moment we joined the movement, we have watched Paminda studies for quite some time, and we could observe. And more suddenly, not suddenly, we saw there was that transition, how he's conducting his studies. It's similar, but not exactly the way it was way back. It's more of a dialogue, interactions, having this, you hear people's thoughts. So that way we want to, I think God wants us to challenge our minds. When we go through materials, then we come together. We do it together. It's more nice. Yeah. So that was like Kaisa said, unfortunately Kaisa is not there. That question came and alarmed them. When it alarmed them, it brought it in short, it sparked that interest for them to, and then to find out more. And then a snippet or something, an attraction was given to you that actually this and this was said. I think for now, in my mind, I think that is something where you can begin from than us giving you everything. It will be hard even where to start from. Then lastly, we had those interactions with Paminda. Like, what is he doing in terms of his studies? He's sharing his thoughts on what he's hearing the speakers are saying. So these are the studies that he started in Slovakia, or Switzerland, Slovakia, and many others to where we, in South Africa. He's sharing his views, not really views. Yeah, he's sharing. If you are leon former speakers, Varielanda. So, Patricia, you are there. Kaisa is not, unfortunate. You can share your thoughts. Or before Patricia,
Volume teacher taule umfwika.
Shilamvwika.
Nde kumfwika sana katuishi Chapman ngale kufa.
I'm sure maybe network. Chapman ulaovwa. Oh, Chapman. Okay, before Albert, you had something to say?
Chishi vembe kupigana contribution kulingana na hiyo ndio mko.
It's a paper. Yeah, to start repeat, I'm not
Yeah.
disseminating
Kulingana na hiyo ndio mko hapa sasa kwa plan wako.
plans.
Yeah. Matu ya ndio mko takobati chimo pale kwa batilesa alibo mbako job yako. Nakupela ma messages ma leaders na ma teachers abalifunde time ya Sunday period. Ilio kwabo kubombesi as a individuals na ifufema members na ifukubomba ku party yesu lubali kulwa kumfwa mulia kwabo kusharira kubona nomba mukabulushanya na leaders abali bitinga ngati watch tefi echala becha kutuwafu tekulole afeti bali da barasa bafunde fyoza meaning leader na nalebomba ku party ya kulubali as a responsible wakubomba kutelefile faiga ukubombeka kuzia tulie tukule ubusumuni na ifo bene kubomba kupati yesu nishifi kule bokubomba bwe nomba ngata tutire tachabombeke ya nebo fyo ndempwa shishi benga ndonga nimfwa fi collective no bili.
Thank you. Yeah, so and then with what Albert has said, I'll just add something little. I hope you're getting me. I've amplified my voice. So what will happen with us teachers when we are preparing studies? At times, we'll prepare studies, if not from the timetable, we have those, those are from way back. Now, when it comes to current studies, maybe my area of interest, it will be on something, will be sparked. I've got that, my area, let me try and repeat that, put the correct wording. So what will happen if I'm preparing a study I have an agenda, a certain goal that I want. So there'll be something that will be interesting to me, which I think you must learn. But maybe what I'm sharing with you, you already know. Or if not, that is not where your problem is. In as much as Kaisa has said, leaders ought to know their children and their challenges. That is very true. We need to know that, but we can't know everything, especially something that is really troubling you. So if you come, actually, I went through this material. I'm a little behind here. What are your thoughts? Then we can bring it in a study specifically for that. So the questions that we were dealing with, or wanted to deal with them in a snippet, something lead to spark interest. We have that dialogue. So that tomorrow, where you are having challenges in terms of, that's the reason I was talking about recent messages. And yeah, from the time Paminda started dealing NAMA studies, so at times we will have biases as teachers as well in terms of study preparation, but at times what we prepare is not maybe what you need at that particular time. You may need it, but not like, maybe important to you, but not as an emergency. Yes, Patricia, what are your thoughts? Are you hearing us? Everybody Chapman, I tried. It's quiet. Chapman is here, but you don't know what is happening. So Kais and Susan, they've left. Yeah, so there's only Patricia and Chapman. So Patricia, what are your thoughts on what has been spoken? Konka nyopo? Not sure, nama minutes. Mkwe. Albert.
Thoughts on what, teacher?
Yes, on what your concerns and our comments on how we've tried to tackle your concerns, you and Kaisa. What are your thoughts?
Fuwachala mdachida kumfikisha ina I think watumfana chukua wati volume nayo isho paso ndekufira mukati.
Yeah, super volume. Let me try and sit like this. So if you're not oh, pale fyo tulandilepo, fyo Joseph alandilepo, Albert alandilepo.
Very fair bueno.
Okay. Okay. Any further questions from your end?
Shkwete.
Okay. So we are just encouraging you. Go through. Ama challenges, like you said, language barrier. Come. We are here for you. Come to the leadership. Where we feel there is the need, we can even prepare a one-to-one study. Yeah, we can do that for you, our members. It will benefit not only you, but even the teachers that will be assigned to help you. We'll do that much. And it's our duty to do that for you. Albert, you can go ahead. Okay. Okay, any more questions from our end here? Yeah, Nicholas, we haven't heard from you. So why? Are you here with us?
I was from me. Where
So it's general questions, yes, but it's general question, but we're not discussing any teacher specific study, like Sunday law teachers. There is a danger, we can't say, like, for example, I've got this. We've got Arjan, Elena, Curtis, Terry, and what's the number 5 one now? Oh, Aaron. Aaron, yeah. So we've got these 5 speakers. Okay. So they've been sharing for quite some time, and they wrap up their work. And then after that, there were a series of studies that Paminda began to do to help us understand. And actually, from what I understood, people had the challenge, okay? We have 5 speakers, and these 5 speakers, to us, they are speaking different things that are not, but there is one thing that they were talking about, is that, or they agreed on, is that it's the Sunday and the Sunday law period. So those studies Baminda embarked on was to try and help us to break down what these people are talking about. Yes, so that is in that line. What the questions?
You put a restriction on questions.
Yeah, I didn't want us to deal with maybe Ajan or whatever studies.
It's so broad, like you said, general questions.
I did even in the
Relation to
beginning.
what?
We're talking about the studies, the Sunday law.
That's what you said.
Yes, that is what I said in the beginning.
I didn't get you. I shouldn't get what?
Ah, no, I did.
I wasn't thinking of the specific study. That's why I asked quantitative study or I mean the study from where. This is the background where
I even said Switzerland. I think I did. That is the reason even Sharon was cautious, but I let it in when she was asking in that regard. When she began to ask that question. Okay, since we're already here and time has already passed, ask away. Go ahead. You've already opened the door.
So your line of the questions was about the Sunday law.
Yes. In regard with how Paminda is tackling this issue, how he is helping us to come to understand the materials that these people are teaching.
I believe they would have argued with you. Because you have even heard how these people are saying majority of them they are not up to date. Now how can they bring up in that context?
What do you mean they're not up to?
In that in Paminda's material recently on how is
yes, that was the direction.
Yes, like listen, I know they've even said they've watched materials Paminda concerning this, not just maybe the essay, no, but from Switzerland, Slovakia, and things like that.
I didn't hear anybody agreeing that we are updated with those messages. I didn't get anyone.
Me, I heard Patricia saying that. Anyway, Patricia, sorry. There's this dialogue that is going on and you're not hearing. And we've spoken about, in short, what we are just talking about, there was a miscommunication from my end on what we are supposed to study. Yeah, I think let me put it like that.
What you have to ask about, what you want people to ask about, that's where we are. Bringing or we are sharing it. Me, I didn't get it because already people in these questions and what we have answered them, they have shown that not everyone is up to date. And the direction of the thoughts or the questions you are, according to what you have explained, you directed to say, ask in this direction, not the 5 speakers, not outside Paminda's presentation, which are about the Sunday law, how is helping us to
Wait,
understand
what do you mean, not outside Paminda's what?
Paminda's presentations.
Okay,
Yeah, particularly our questions has to come from Paminda's presentation in relation to what is helping us to understand what the 5 speakers
because, yes,
presented,
yes.
which I didn't get it. Yeah, I didn't.
Okay,
Because restricting us like that, it means people has to be updated with everything Paminda's taught.
not really. Not really.
But I didn't hear anybody.
Not really. Yeah, okay. Sorry, you only have Chapman now here. So I don't know. There's this dialogue that, and I don't even know how to bring this and everything. It's very difficult. So we needed the mic. So I don't know what to do. So, oh, what to do. Anyway, we've spoken about a lot of things. Chapman. Chapman, tell us. Chapman.
Regina,
Oh, yes. Why haven't you been answering all along? Hi, Chapman.
how are you, teacher?
I'm fine. Yes, you've been alone. You've been there. So, okay, so you've been following the discussion from the beginning?
Teacher, to be honest, nachikonga hospital nachikwenda kuve challenge kuna kundi. I'm just within. I've just been following. Nachira konka teacher panono pie. I'm there. I'm with you. I'm following panono.
Okay, then you said you said you're the challenge. Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Nanakueva poinshare teacher nanakueva.
Well, then, because very soon, today I'm kwisalira page tonight. Not quite. Is it 15 minutes before we close? So Ngawalanda, we don't have any more. We don't have so much time, in short.
I'll inbox you. You go ahead, teacher.
Okay. Chapman said you inbox me. Anyway, we've heard from Chapman. He's been here all along. Then he had the challenge, which you inbox me. Then I'll share with the rest. I think that is that. I think where we've reached now, it's a bit of confusing, especially the dialogue we had here. So I don't know the direction I should take, but we already opened it anyway. That's the reason I said we opened the box. We already embarked on that. So we've got 14 minutes before we close. We can take in one last question. Yes, Nico. Yeah, and keeping in mind that we already opened the Pandora box.
Yeah, continuing over this studies of the Sunday. Because now
I'll repeat what Nicholas is saying.
Sunday law we can mark it
We can mark it from when?
from question.
Okay, 2024, just a year. Okay.
And others 20 minutes, 25.
Okay, let me just, so Nicholas is saying, amongst the Sandelo teachers, there is a bit of confusion how they are marking the Sandelo. Others they're saying it's 2024. Others they're saying it's 2025. Okay.
For me, that the issue is not that find out how these people or these teachers will be presenting over the Sunday. So, how has been for the family allowed to understand when this year when COVID-19 or is 2025?
Okay. Yeah, so
Or maybe it's both. So, one mark 2 years or 24.
okay. So Nicholas is asking, so then he heard, I'm sure I commented something like, Elder Paminda has embarked on studies, or let me say studies, to help us understand what the speakers are talking about. So what is Paminda's position, right? Is it 2024 or 2025, or it's one way mark which has got a period of 2 years? Yes, that is Nicholas's question. So we've heard, what are our thoughts? Tule tonton kanya point. There is that. Not Sharana 10 minutes. Yes, I for Kulisha. Yes, Sharon.
So that's the question. Paminda could. I'm to your calendar 2024, 2025.
Okay, fine. So Sharon is saying, yeah, she's adding on to what the question of, Kwaniko, saying the reason why Sharon had to ask why her question is about the increase of knowledge, because while I were in South Africa, she never heard Paminda say the Sandelo, what? Yeah. Yeah, so Paminda didn't say Sandelo is 2024, 2025. He was just saying Sandelo.
So,
yeah, so she's saying, maybe I'm sure me or Joseph, maybe if we heard him say that, so she just want to hear that.
So, I mean, the time they put really. So, last minute, she can only earn a period that is for family. What a Friday, you know, but start that couple. Shall we put not pick up for a family and that number, but it's by increase of knowledge.
Yes, so Sharon is saying she never heard Paminda saying that. He never said it. He just said, yeah, we're in the Sandelo period. But he didn't put dates or anything like that. So now, Sharon will end there. So now with what Sharon has said with Nicholas, so it's going to you and me, Joseph. Now,
Paminda taran the past.
Which is 2020.
Oh, and then to be specific, at Paminda alisumisha period in 2024 alimumfile Sharon. Okay. Oh, but
Ishimi. Wow, Tisha. The teachers are very from the person they know.
no.
Not local answer. They Japan mapa.
Yes, continue.
Teacher, today we should draw muted. Kuchita mushwanga shila vile ushwande kuchita we should draw from your party Sunday lokangira party 2025 kusabiri wa party 2024. Tishishe kama nini ndio from the changa fishing kuchita giri kumaloka da 2025 but 2024. But I'm from India, but I'm just like something and some of the my teacher issue. Meaning, it's a very difficult to move forward. Which time will never know forward. Apart, I found the shadow was 2025. They put it down without. I should have worshiped in 2024. Yeah, definitely this will be. But more than the woman forward to have the local language. Information. And that person in this show to land. Then up in a particular land, especially on the long time, yeah, 2025, 2020, the period in a Sunday. They want to put a family in the show to push out.
Totela about Chapman yule umfa.
Teacher, weka shapo hapo pardon, leader.
No, okay. Yeah. So Sharon, what is your concern or your argument? Yeah, but we shouldn't take
So, pamemba pisha nyanga kuja kabi nyamfunga la teachers na wafunda kandi. So, alipokusha pamemba lesson la wisa padi aba.
Kapalipo ifya kusenda na twasukeyo. I said, ama teachers won't say. Papa po bashiko okufunda baleka n'okufunda. Agree. Okupitira mu kusambirira to say we are in the Sunday law period. You understand? The other thing is they have come to agree together with the members and the teachers, including Paminda, that 18 July is the waymark of the Sunday law, and Pamindas proved that. Nishiwenga mulengo. Yes. So whether we are funde fyaro ni are funde fyajani through our studies ayo bapuisha yonse ma conclusion yao, they have come to understanding that we are in the Sunday law period. Then I remember Paminda, one of the people, he said we are celebrating what?
18 July.
1 year of Sunday law period since that message was given. So Paminda also is in agreement with the waymark of 18 July. Yes. Yeah. Then the issue of increase of knowledge, it is an ongoing what? Study. Yeah. Paminda has just taken in studies. How can we know where we are? No Kuishiba number 3. Maybe it's just the old way method of understanding prophecy, which is Isaiah what? 46 verse 10. That's what he has expanded to show us how we can use that methodology here, Daniel, correctly, here, Isaiah 46 verse 10 correctly to understand the waymark of Sunday law. And Ketes has taken up that methodology of Isaiah 46 verse 10 in a new setting to use it now to identify no stop prove us 18 July is waymark of Sunday law, and him goes forward to say, using this, the methodology Paminda has introduced or has given, to say we are even at the increase of what? Increase of knowledge. Yeah. And it's not done and dusted. Like, not someone at, but it is an ongoing study. And I hope even come meeting in the ICM, those studies, maybe Curtis, if you'll be given the opportunity to teach you, he'll pick it up from where I ended from South Africa to give more flesh to the bones. Yeah. That's my take on that one. Mrs. Sharon.
Chapman, I hope ule move for Joseph. I'm sure ule move for cause nice paper.
Ngufa sana Rondora sana. Ngufa sana.
Okay, okay. So Sharon. Okay. Everyone, both Sharon and Albert, they don't have a problem. Nico.
Nico at quite cheap certification.
Even.
I'd not to do it for
Even me when I went outside. Okay. So, yeah, it's 17 hours. So our study session has come to an end. But, yeah, we are free to ask, come to put it like that. Bring your questions and we'll see. Maybe the next time we'll plan for something like that we can begin with. Those questions that you're going to bring. Yeah. And these people here na bakwate pia kulanda po. Yeah. Twala Sharik Shana Chapman. Abadi kuno. So Chapman, you'll be the last person to say something. Nico, Joseph, Albert, Sharon. Pia kulanda Mkwai Albert. So Albert is saying, what has been said, he has understood that actually both members and the leaders have got a role to play. So we both need to do our duties. So members, they do their part as well as the leader so that we can, at the end of the day, achieve what we want or be successful. Okay? Nicholas? Okay, Nicholas. Okay, Nicholas is saying all is well from his end. He doesn't have any comment. Joseph? Do you have something to say? Anything? We were from a discussion.
Yeah, yeah. And I think we are encouraged to be updated. Yeah, we can't run away from that. It's a bad thing which the community has repeatedly said, to just wait for somebody to feed you.
So Joseph is saying we've been encouraged to be updated, and the Faminda said it's a bad habit where you just want to wait for somebody to keep feeding you.
Yeah, as you will not be having roots for yourself to stand. Yeah, it's important to know if they fungo hapo, then it's another thing, quite a discussion together, and the fellowship could help us to break down those things. But to just wait at the fellowship, you miss a lot, because how many things do we learn from it?
Yeah, so then he goes on to say, yeah, it's important for us, if we have to be rooted in the message, to have those personal studies. And then that's when we can have discussions either as a fellowship or with a friend. Because what we learn here, it's little information.
How many times do we meet?
And how many times do we meet
So
in a week?
just wait to say, in a 13 times, then vafunda varya, so shakareda amba shankararira fellowship. Just in a week, one Sabbath. And one Sabbath, you listen to the party. That was something appreciated if you're reading the things to send everything, how are you going to grow to understand?
Yes, we meet once in a week, that is a Sabbath. And then we usually have studies on the timetable, which are not even related to things that are currently being taught. And how are you going to grow and be rooted in the message?
Then the last thing is looking at your lesson, but to help each one. Yeah, I think we need to come up with a strategy whereby these current messages, they have to be given a place in the Sabbath also, just as we gave place to those messages on this on the timetable. So they need also to have a place whereby people have to be acquainted and become updated, yeah, with the Revelation 17.
Yes, then he said, actually, we need to make plans. I'm sure that is going to the leadership, while we put these current studies on our timetable, on our duty rosters, so that people at least they will be familiar and updated with what is happening currently. Are you done? Okay, he's done. Sharon. Okay, Sharon doesn't have anything to say. Albert, oh, sorry, Chapman, I mean. Yes?
Our teacher never chikwete comment hiyo otherwise because inopana chapo kwa na afira ndeshingi hapo. Kuri bajuzi.
Okay. No. Kanshi, twatotera twala kama tupepe. Tule kama? Otole pepa? We thank you for this wonderful time you gave us, O God, as family to go through studies, to go through our personal experience, how we are relating with the message. Hope next time we'll have such a discussion. Now we do better and do it more nicely. But all in all, it was a wonderful discussion, and we were helped, and you are enlightened and showed us on what we need to do, on what we need to work on, so that we can be able to understand what you were telling us or instructing us in recent times. Thank you for being with us throughout the Sabbath, and even through all the studies that were conducted, from our local studies to the international studies. Thank you for that message. We'll continue praising your name now forevermore. Amen. Okay, you're coming for announcement. Stop.
So the extreme.